This is Caveman PRDR, and welcome to another one of my YouTube videos. Hello, welcome to another episode of a PUBG VOD review. This is a Duo's Chicken Dinner on Miramar. We had a flight path that went from Alcantara to the south side of Los Leones and south of Puerto. And the mark that I have placed is the hill and the little pipe work that's just south of Monty. Aimbot and I generally like to land up there and look down at the town and see how many people come near us so we can figure out where all we need to loot. And generally there are vehicle spawns there's like 2 vehicle spawns on the road below, so it's a pretty good place to land for duos. The loot on top itself isn't great. It's good enough for each person to at least get like one weapon and then push down. Lets me stay up pretty early. I noticed that there's not really anyone around except for this one player that's directly north of me. But that's actually a bot. You can probably look over to the right above the parachute and see him, and they're over to the left of it. You can see that I can tell it's a bot because it's just dropping straight down. Bots haven't been programmed with a proper ability to use the chute yet. And I know that all I have to do is just come up here. There's actually a bang bus right on my yeah, you can see the bang bus right there. I just go pick it up real quick, run over the bot, and then I pretty much go and loot the warehouses. I loot the warehouses. I come over here, grab a mini, and I pick up an AK. And I also notice that there is a second mini. And I know Aimbot likes to use the mini, so I call it out to Aimbot. And later in the phase, Aimbot actually comes to pick up the mini. So we'll talk a little bit about the M4 changes. So on patch 7.2, they pretty much they did quite a little bit of nerfing to the M4. They not eliminated, but they made the M4's effective range as far as distance. They've cut out the damage and bullet velocity on medium range to long range shooting, like 300-ish, 400 meters. They've made a damage fallout on it, and bullet velocity as well, I believe. They also nerfed the general damage. I think it was 41 hit points before, and now it's 40. They also nerfed, and when I say nerfed, I mean they actually they physically increased the amount of time that it takes to reload the gun. So I've largely been ignoring the M4 in 7.2. Don't get me wrong, it's still a really good gun, and honestly, it might still be one of the best ARs. But I've been ignoring it. I've been using more of the I've been using an AK a lot lately, and I've also been trying to use the barrel more because of the buffs to the barrel as well. They increased the or they nerfed how bad the recoil is, so they buffed the effective use on the recoil. Anyway, we'll get off of the a little bit of the weapon changes now. And obviously you see us on the road rotating from Los Leones toward Los Leones. We actually go up to the church compound that's right beside I think it's Crucera? I can't Chumaclara. We go up to that church compound that sits up on top of the hill just south of the Leones Monte Nuevo road. Just waiting for phase 1 to clear, and phase 2 actually starts now. Aimbot pretty much picks a good spot to rotate to, and I follow. This compound that we rotate to is just south of the Chumaclara Hill that we also like to loot sometimes. And I'm a really big fan of this compound. We actually noticed this guy like wrecking around on the bike or just driving around. He actually stops right there and tries to heal up because I'm pretty sure aimbot tagged him at least once. I don't think I did. But anyway, he tries to get back into it to drive away. And we do end up fighting a team here. Well, actually, we fight more than one team. Obviously, you see this guy that just rolled up on us. There's plenty of vehicles driving around. One of us gets blood on the glider, but ultimately they just get away. I try to spend a good bit of money on the M4 right there. Not money, but 5.5 on the mini right there. Just because I know we had extra sitting in my building, and I was calling out to my orange marker is up there because I heard shots, so I called out to aimbot that there were people up there, and they actually do try to peek our hill. I try to reposition. There's definitely a duo on that rock. We do a solid bit of damage. We actually fight this duo for a really long time. But the duo is trying to play like super careful, and we were being a little aggro. But they literally just like would not come down to us, which you shouldn't unless you get a knock on us. I'm over here trying to loot my kill from earlier, and I get shot out. I call it to aimbot that there is pretty much a special crate up on top of the hill. I call out that one of the teammates is actually standing on top of the crates. I'm pretty sure I didn't even hit him, but I really wanted to hit him. Aimbot knew that they were separated. That one was at the rock and one was still at the crate, so aimbot just goes up and knocks and kills one of them for the flush. I want to push up with him, but he tells me he's going to come back down, so I just get behind the truck and wait for the teammate to come back up. So aimbot actually gets like super aggro and wants to do the exact same thing again. Gets back up there, and we just try to wait to find the teammate. But ultimately the teammate just kind of dips out. And we decide that we need to get in the vehicle to rotate anyway. We actually rotated really late on this, but that gave me a little bit of time to loot. My armor situation isn't the best, but I'm still pretty well off. But as far as the rest of the match goes, I'm definitely in-game ready. Aimbot actually picks a really good spot on top of this hill that I didn't know about. I was just talking to him about how I really like these dips right here. You can be such a snake right here. I never realized how good this spot was. Just south of one of the green warehouses. I tell him that I hear a team on that mark, so I mark it. We don't stay here long. We just try to figure out where all we need to go. Aimbot knows there's a team south. Or here's a bike pull up south. So I pretty much I try to get 2 energy drinks in just because I know it's pretty late in the game. He shuts off the engine to the bike, and we just roll around this for a little bit, try to clear the compound. And then we move up on foot on the hill. I try to look back behind us to see if anyone's straggling in behind. I know the next zone's closing in pretty quick. And the compound we want is right here in front of us. We see a duo that's actually in a Murado drive by. Notice that there's a duo in that compound northwest of us, pretty much north. Yeah, it's pretty much directly north of us. I'm trying to look around on the hills back behind us. I know aimbot's looking directly in front. I really wanted to try to clear out our backside, even though pretty much the only team that was going to be back behind us was the Murado team. I was peeking out that window right there, and I didn't really know where I was getting shot from. I guess it was the compound north. But anyway, this next phase, our circle got absolutely fed. I'm looking back over here because the Murado team actually drove back up across the road from us. So, because they didn't have a compound to go to or anything, so they just decided to play elevation. And this was actually a very good move on their part. It gave them really good placement this game. But it also just really worked out well for them in general because of how the zones played out the rest of the round. So there's actually this kid in our game, the Mo Leong guy. He actually downs me later, but in one of the games later on, whenever he actually kills us in a top 3 situation, we pretty much find out that he's using wall hacks, which sucks, but it is what it is. He couldn't take this game from us, but he did take one from us later on in the night, which was unfortunate, but it is what it is. Aimbot decides he wants to push up to keep an eye on where these kids are across the street, and I pretty much pull up with him. Or I do pull up with him because I know compound's not inside. We see where the Brado was flipped, and we're trying to keep an eye on where everyone is inside the zone. At this point, it's literally 3 more people. The Moulion guy is he's actually prone across the street with an MK. I just don't ever spot where exactly he is. He's a little bit more northeast of me, and for some reason I was just thinking that he was proning like directly east from me, just because I couldn't spot him the entire time. But the zone favors us to a place where we can pretty much spot him. We're actually going to play the rest of this in real time now. So aimbot takes care of him. And we realize that there's at least 2 more people left.
I'm boosting. Pop another energy.
Okay.
Nice, they're fighting.
Sure it's not bait?
I could not aim. Dude, I just potatoed so hard.
I was going to try to burn him.
Like, the rocks were...
Hello, this is Caveman PRDR. Thank you for joining me on another one of my YouTube videos today. If you enjoyed the content, please like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment down below any questions or comments that you have about the content. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.